The first 2 seasons of Paradise have now introduced the public to fundamental principles already alive in the human population. The returning season of the show will guide people towards the understanding of the universe from the Paradise perspective, the role and the implications for the human population at the heart of Paradise and beyond. In consensus with the cosmic and universal law, all planetary beings. All planets of the solar system declared and recognized Earth as Paradise, the mother planet.
Why is Earth paradise? The cosmos, the universe, the council of planetary beings, the council of deities, everybody had to validate, to agree or to show why they would disagree. And there are many who are showing that the Earth is not safe. The Earth has apocalypse coming. How can that be paradise? The Earth has people who want to harm the Earth. The Earth has to deal with stars that want to knock the Earth off the orbit. And we had to sort through all the ill will, and we had to go beyond entropy to show that, yeah, we're still paradise. We've always been and will always be paradise. We just have to be free of the ill will. We have to be free of the intentions of those who want harm, who fight for undue powers, who are not qualified or have no integrity to care about people. We know how much suffering happened because of lords who found it normal that people suffer for them. And that's not the way of God. The way of God is, like you can read in many scriptures, with care for people, with love and protection, and wish to see people evolving. People are extraordinarily important. They are the meeting place between the micro-universe and macro-universe, microcosmos and macrocosmos. We don't just expose people to dangers. We had cosmic battles to protect the Earth, to protect the population of the Earth. And through all of that, the Earth advanced. We had all sorts of apocalyptic attacks against the Earth, from weather wars to star wars, really good stars protecting the Earth and stars that didn't want to protect the Earth because they wanted paradise in their constellations. Rather than let the Earth achieve paradise and let's together achieve paradise condition in other places in the universe. Instead of that, it was let's stop the Earth before it gets ahead of us. And the Earth was always ahead of anybody. And here is the perfection of all the conditions for life, for people to be alive, have mobility, have creativity, have perception of the universe, perception of the cosmos, thinking, capacity to understand and write and read, and everything that seemed to be very usual behaviors. They are not so usual in other places where there is no such capacity as running. All they can is flow and not achieve much. We'll describe the behavior in other places in the universe at another opportunity. So people connected to Paradise in 2008. Paradise stabilized in 2010. And between 2010 and 2015, there's a whole process of validation that included a lot of reactions from beings from all sorts of dimensions. And in the end, in 2015, it was universally and cosmically recognized that Earth is paradise, that Earth could actually train all the other beings that they needed to develop in order to bring life in other parts of the universe. And since 2015, after all the recognition of Earth being paradise, the question was, who will rule paradise? Well, Christians would say that Christ would rule paradise. Hindus would say that Vishnu. And if we go through of course, the Muslim or Islam would say that Allah has his own paradise and he is ruling. So we'll see different rulers, and that escalated tensions between different populations that are in different religions. And they didn't turn out to be full-blown religious wars, but we see a lot of political tensions that are based on the religious extreme beliefs, those that would lead to who is going to dominate the others. The answer is nobody is going to dominate the others. They can try, but the God wants balance between all populations, that Muslims believe in Allah, their choice, that Christians believe in Christ, that Hindus believe in the gods, each one the gods that they choose, and so on. Just using these three examples, everybody has their own connection with the higher realms, their own tradition, their own learning, and as long as they abide by the rules of God, with the universal values of peace and love and understanding and helping one another and respecting one another, there's no problem with who believes in whom and how, what is their practice. The important thing is to have the proper reverence and the proper evolution in a context of godliness, in a context of truth, obviously. Forcefulness and manipulation is not the way of God. Tyranny based on religious principles is not the way of God. And everybody who walked away from a religion or was upset with religion tensions or just puzzled knows that we all know better. We just have to apply it. Why did people not calm down? Why did people agitate so much that in the last year there have been tremendous attacks? Because death wanted to dominate. We are coming with paradise, we're coming with longevity, life, extended life, infinite life. Death didn't want to lose that supremacy that it had for thousands of years on Earth. People don't know, some people don't know if there is a God, but they are sure that death exists. Well, death does not have the power anymore to terminate somebody's life, but still had the skill to agitate the passions of people that would go against each other. So we've seen in 2016 people attacking people in such savage ways as we have not seen in a very long time. It's like, what is this about? Is the world coming to what? Obviously not to an end, but those small groups comparative to the large population of the Earth has been making a statement for death. And we had, before death completely lost any power, any influence in any heavens, we had a few incidents a week with attacks. We know what happened in Turkey, what happened in France, what happened in the States. So many attacks all over the world. We barely finished talking about one event and another one was happening, because death didn't want us to think of any things that have to do with life. The Olympic Games are coming. Wow, that's the joy in showing the beauty and the performing beauty of wonderful people who have a good time leading the human race into excellency of art, of motion and performance of all kinds. And instead of enjoying that, if death had her way, we would not have gotten to enjoy the Olympics. Yet, in a country that didn't have the security that the States had, the Olympic Games went wonderfully. Why? Because death lost her power, so she could not agitate the people to send them on the way of harming others. Whatever upset some had, they were softened by the good things on earth that started to emerge as death subsided. We never had a worse enemy than death. For anybody to think that death gives peace, that takes one in another world, where it's so much better and all of that, that's all illusion. I'll tell you one day more of the things that she left us with and we have to clean up so that we don't carry the legacy of death. That's how I will name that show, The Legacy of Death. We have to clean up the legacy of death. We have to stand for life and for healing and for connection with the God that can fix everything. I heard somebody on a radio show at some point, like, who made you knows how to fix you. Yeah, God knows how to fix you, how to keep you alive for a long time. You just learn the good things and do the good things. But immediately we feel in the world that something changed, because as soon as death lost the power, people don't really feel like killing other people. Some are in that habit, or some still have those feelings, and they're hurt because of the battles that have stirred up all sorts of fears and all sorts of feelings, rages and fears. But that doesn't seem to escalate all the way to bringing to death. Once she lost the power, people started to calm down. Moreover, we got to the fifth dimension. Shortly after death lost any power, we found ourselves in the fifth dimension, which is the dimension of the universal truth. And in the next segment, I will tell you more about the dimensions of the universal truth. But truth is that death has no power, that the only thing that made death happy was to see everybody dying. There are many who allied themselves with death, thinking that they'll get to be important, that they'll get to rule everybody, rule the world, because they'll go around and because they have the power to bring death. And death was promising them to be on top of everybody. And they would die before anybody, because death was infecting them to the point that they would lose their heart, their soul, their humanness. They didn't have humanity. If they had humanity, they would not have made a pact with death. But we had many of our leaders who made pacts with death. We need leaders who are pro-life and who are for the truth that people are extremely valuable, extremely loved, extremely necessary for the entire existence of everything. And we have so many wonderful things to do. And all we have to do is to care for each other and to learn the good things under the protection of a loving and protecting and enhancing, empowering all good God.
The first 2 seasons of Paradise have now introduced the public to fundamental principles already alive in the human population. The returning season of the show will guide people towards the understanding of the universe from the Paradise perspective, the role and the implications for the human population at the heart of Paradise and beyond. The hostess of the show, Sonda Davis, the mother, is not just talking about imagining paradise. She is communicating the realities of paradise as she lived the very journey all the way from paradise and beyond. Throughout all of these, Sonda Davis was continuously working with deities and divinities from heaven and earth to ensure the transition from the old system based on duality and destruction to the new system, based on reconciliation, planetary safety, and divine evolution. The first 2 seasons of Paradise Now Dialogues with the Mother aired in 2016-2017 on Vision TV. At that time, the show was the beginning of the planetary dialogue about paradise on Earth. Since then, despite the many problems that we had on Earth, people evolved towards fulfilling the fundamental principles of paradise on Earth, and the structures of paradise stabilized to bring the entire population towards a vision of peace, prosperity, help for one another, love and responsibility for the planet, nature, family, spiritual and divine evolution. In 2022, during the planetary alignment, in consensus with the cosmic and universal law, all planetary beings, all planets of the solar system declared and recognized Earth as paradise, the mother planet.
Welcome back. I told you at the beginning of the show in the first episode that you'll hear in this show, Paradise Now, from the mother. You'll hear things that you've never heard, yet they make so much sense, and the evidence is out there. The evidence is in the change in people. Now it's not too late for some of the people who are involved in the American elections to change and to go for the truth, because they have the backup of the entire existence to go for the truth, rather than choose who would have allowance for any anti-life, and rather than choose somebody who would just lie to people just to get the Oval Office or whatever office, rather than choose somebody who doesn't care for the lives of people, I would truly hope, truly trust that people will call on to the divine guidance to choose somebody who is capable, who cares about life, and who is honest. At this time, maybe it's hard to have politicians that have been or are 100% honest. But right now, who is higher on the scale of honesty and who makes a commitment for honesty, for truth, will do well with the divine guidance, and the God would want somebody who wants truth and who cares for people and who will protect life, who values life, a pro-life in every way, not just with the anti-abortion things, but pro-life in every way, creating good conditions for life, bringing prosperity, bringing the truth that people need People need to know what they can, what they need to learn, what they need to correct. They have to have the willingness to correct. And they need leaders who say, we can do this, we have to do that next year, let's do it, rather than promises. But it didn't work because the Congress was in holidays. I don't mean to attack the American system. I totally love, if they say God loves America, definitely, I totally embrace and treasure every country of the earth, and America definitely has an enormous protective and enhancing role on the planet, but it has to keep those values of protection and bringing prosperity and working with all the countries for prosperity. That is a necessity that would line up with what's happening right now in the divine realm. Anybody who would go against the way things go in the divine realm will find themselves swept away because they will not be able to manage. And that brings me to tell you more about where are we at. We are not in the world of the liar now. We are not in the darkness of the oppression and of the manipulation that was leading to apocalypses of all kinds. We've left behind the last hypothetical attempt to an apocalyptic end, which would have been the entropy. We left that behind, and we are going ahead. And as we are going ahead, we have to collect ourselves with all of our good potentials. And we'll have to embrace the truth. And we have to be a little bit less demanding when it comes to spending all of our time with pleasures, and to put more time into values. In the next segment, I will talk to you about the universe of pleasure and the universe of addiction that dropped immediately after the universe of truth embraced us. We crossed the fifth dimension into the realm of truth. The realm of truth is constant, is totally reliable, and will sort through each individual, each system, each reality, to free each one who is caught with misdirection, confusion, misunderstanding, misinformation, everything that would influence the behavior, the feeling, the development in an undue way will be sorted through, so that with truth, with accurate knowledge, people can develop wisdom and integrity and apply themselves to the tasks that are important for them. So now, the realm of truth was attacked. We knew that that would happen. And that would have brought the entropy. The attack against the realm of truth would have brought the entropy. Those who wanted to count on lies to attain their goals and who didn't care who suffers for their lies attacked the realm of truth. We saw that coming, and of course we've been prepared for a very long time. As they attacked the realm of truth, the reinforcement came, a higher structure, which is the universe of truth. The realm is standing by principles and is very powerful, but the universe is very precisely structured. So we have the dimension of universal truth, the realm of universal truth, and the universe of universal truth. All of that working to clean up the lies, to clean up the falsehoods, working with people to give them access to values. What is a value is defined by truth, a value is true, is good, is beautiful. Anything that is beautiful, true, and good is a value. False beauty has no value. False love has no value. And the problem is that it's a waste of time, that is seduction, it is false pleasure, is falsehood that's wasting potential and bringing hurt and bringing disappointment and stays in the way of the development of people. Having everything permeated by the truth, having everybody stand up for the truth, they'll end up having true love, true family, a true society that based on truth attends to the tasks that would make the life of everybody in society advance and achieve more and have more cooperation, because with more trust you also have more cooperation. Everything is better in the realm of truth. To get to the realm of truth, which is through the fifth dimension, we had to go first with the fourth dimension, which is paradise. So actually paradise takes us to the truth, to the universe of truth. And now everything that is done against people, against truth, against value, against future, turns against those who attack. Who attacked the truth, who attacked the realm of truth, found themselves without divinity, without power, without respecting the higher realms, and found themselves having to start everything from first level for them, if they have the possibility to start. Some of them would never have the right to evolve towards a divine calling again because they endangered everybody else. Some are followers, but some deliberately went against the universal. Nobody can go against the universal truth. The universal truth is omnipotent. What were they thinking to attack the universal truth? All that universal truth had to do was to bring the universe of truth, everything about truth right there, caught the liars, and turned them from mighty lords into tiny, tiny little nothing.